Cruise News, September 11th, 2025. I have a few things to talk about. So let's get talking. Well, I'm back. Welcome to the show. I'm Tom, your host, and this is Cruising with Tom's Day Trips. This is September 11th, 2025, and this is the Cruise News. Now, before we continue, I'd like to have a moment of silence for everyone who lost their life in the tragic day of September 11th, from firemen to policemen, military, and ordinary civilians. So let's give them the honor of a moment of silence. Thank you very much for that. Okay, let's get on with the news. Let's get on with the show. All right, first thing we're going to talk about is Celebrity Cruise Line. Now, Celebrity Cruise Line has branched off into riverboats. They're going to be doing riverboat cruising, and that's going to start in August of 2027 in Europe. They have two riverboats ready, which is called the Celebrity Compass and the Celebrity Seeker. Now, they're going to be on the Rhine, and the Dannebrog, hopefully I said that right, starting in August of 2027. They're going to be offering 33 7-night itineraries on the river. Now, Celebrity Cruise Line, they know how to do things right. They have great cruise company, great ocean liners, cruise ships. So these river boats would be just top notch. And, they're going to do great dining, meals, excursions. The rooms would be nice, king-size beds, infinity, balconies, totally open glass rooms, not glass rooms, like open glass walls. So they're going to do it right, Celebrity Cruise Line. So that's number one. Now, if you do have bookings on Celebrity Cruise Line, let me know. Leave a comment below. Also, too, they are planning 4 more ships on 2028, and they're planning 4 more ships in the year of 2029, which will increase their riverboat cruise industry to 10. So that's Celebrity Cruise Line. So my hat's off to them. Okay, second thing we're going to talk about is Hawaii. Hawaii has something called the green fee tax. What this tax is to gather money, make money to help the climate change. So that's the reason why it's a green fee. So normally what it is, it was 10.25%, and they tax the rooms, the rentals on shore. This fee is going up to 11% now. But what they're going to do now is they're going to tax the cruise industry. So if you have one stay, they're going to tax you 11% of your cruise fare. If you're staying twice, I think they're going to tax you twice. And that is what they're going to do to the cruise industry. Cruise industry is up in arms. They're actually suing the state of Hawaii on this tax. I don't think they should tax cruise lines. We're not staying there overnight. We're visiting. We're giving them a lot of business. So all they're going to do is scare the cruise lines away, I think. Mexico try to do the same thing. Iceland try to do the same thing with their taxes. And Iceland, a lot of the cruise lines decided we're not going to go to Iceland. So, I don't think it's cruise lines should be taxed. We get taxed enough from port fees to, taxes. Don't jump on with another accommodation taxes. That's my feeling about it. So that's the green fee for Hawaii. Tell me what you think. You think it's a good idea to tax more or not? Leave a comment below. All right, that's number 2. Next thing we're going to talk about is age. Not really age, but there's many generations cruising in the industry now. Sometimes there's 5 generations from, people in their 20s all the way up to people in their early 90s. Many different generations. So every cruise line is trying to accommodate, I think, the generation. They're actually giving a lot of things towards the younger generation, which is the go-kart tracks, the laser tag, miniature golf, the water slides. So these are all geared towards the younger generation. And, they have some of the smaller ships with all that stuff. And then they're gearing for the older generations with great itineraries, great places to visit, food, drink, awesome entertainment. So I think that's what they're doing, and of course everyone else in between. Now I have a breakdown on the percentage of age groups. So basically from birth, 0 to 19, 14% are cruising. 20 to 39, 20 to 22%. 40 to 59, 32%. Now 60 plus, 30 to 34% are cruisers. So, there's a lot of older cruisers that've been cruising for years, and they're going to continue cruising. So, this is a breakdown on the changes, the breakdown of percentage of different people cruising. Now, there's also another segment which is called solo cruises. A lot of people cruise solo. Some people like to cruise solo. Some people, unfortunately, their spouses pass away. They're either widowers or widows, but they still want to continue cruising. So they're a solo cruiser. A lot of your cruise lines are now accommodating solo cruisers by having their own room, having they have lounges for the solo cruisers, activities for solo cruisers. You can meet other solo cruisers. So they're accommodating that, or having a room that normally has double occupancy but only charge one fee for solo cruises. So that is a good thing. And they figure 8 to 13% people are solo cruising, and 10% are from the United States. So that's a little breakdown on the age groups that are now cruising in the industry. Because I think once you cruise, that's it, you're hooked. So what they're gearing towards, I think, is getting the younger generation hooked on cruising, because you got many years they're going to be cruising. So I think they're building their ships to accommodate that. That's, of course, my opinion only, but tell me what you think. Leave a comment below. All right, last thing we're going to talk about Norwegian Cruise Line. The NCL Jewel is going to have a new home port, which is going to be in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. They're going to do the spring and fall of 2026 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, which in turn they're going to go to Bermuda and then New England, Canada cruises. Now, come winter, they're going to go right back down to Port Miami and home port in Miami for the winter, which in turn they're going to do Bahamas, they're going to do the Caribbean, Panama Canal, to Mexico and all that area. And then when it's comes springtime, they're back up in Philadelphia. So I think that's a good thing. The Jewel's a great ship. That was my last cruise, Jewel to Bermuda. Awesome ship. It's a Jewel class ship. It's a nice, small, cozy ship. I like it. And they're going to be home port in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The Pearl, which is the NCL Pearl, which is also a Jewel class ship, is also going to be home port in Pennsylvania. So a little tidbit on that. So this is the cruise news for today. Hope, I try to do positive news. I don't really like to do a whole lot of negative. People are fighting, people are falling overboard. We hear enough negativity in the world. It's good to hear some, good positive stuff. So that's why I try to do my cruise news, is positive information. If you like it, I'm very happy. Give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give me a comment below. Tell me what you want to hear. I'll see if I can accommodate that. All right. I want to thank you for watching today. Thank you for tuning in. And just remember, a bad day on a cruise ship is a hell of a lot better than a good day at work, any day. And it's always 5 o'clock somewhere, so enjoy yourself. Thank you for watching.